welcome to part 2 of my Q 1972 review. As you can see, there's my reissue 1972 Q. I've also got these other rather fetching examples. As you can see, the 72's on a nice new bracelet, and then you've got this one and these, and I'm wearing a rather fetching example that I recently bought off eBay for a few pounds. It's actually a vintage Timex mechanical. That's quite a nice example there. Very nice. Let's have another look at the 72. As you can see, it's on a rather nice expanding bracelet that, I think really adds to the period look. The bracelet's actually very comfy, and again it really adds to the retro feel. I was quite lucky that the bracelet fitted just right. It wasn't too tight or too loose, so that's quite lucky there. And of course it adds to the nice gold blinginess. We'll come back to it a bit later. Let's have a look at these others. This one's a rather nice early vintage mechanical that again I bought from eBay for just a few pounds. Again on a rather nice expanding bracelet. This is the one that actually arrived from eBay on with, so it's quite nice, and it's got a nice Sunburst dial. And again a nice early mechanical I bought off eBay. And again I'm really liking the expanding bracelets, they really add to the period look. And this one is an original Q. I didn't put the battery in this time, but if they made a reissue of this case shape, I'd probably buy half a dozen of the things. I really like it. This expanding bracelet's almost too glittery and blingy, but I still like it. And that lovely Sunburst gold dial, very nice. And then we come to this one. You might be forgiven for thinking it was a reissue, but it's actually a 1972, I think, or 75, I'm not sure, original, vintage. I got it off eBay again for very little money. I think it was about £9 or £10. In the last video I didn't show the case back differences between the new version and the original vintage. So this one is obviously the new one. And this one is the original vintage. And they are quite similar looking, but there's definite differences. This one, the back just clicks off if you take the entire back off. And this one has the 4 locating screws to fix the back on, but the hatch comes off in the same way with the coin. So effectively they're pretty much the same. I guess the main difference between the vintage and the new version is that other than the price, which is obviously the vintage one is much cheaper than the new one, is that you would expect the new one to be much more reliable than the old one. The old one's going to be a bit of an unknown quantity as far as reliability goes. Anyway, that's a nice little comparison between the new and the old. I guess the next thing to say is to do an update. I've been wearing it for a few weeks, and I'm glad to say I haven't had any problems with it. I've noticed a few people online saying that they really like the dial, but they thought the case shape was just too deep. But I really haven't found that. If you look at it, you can see that the shape from the outside actually curves in. So that part actually fits into your wrist quite nicely. So it's actually just this bit that sticks up proud of your wrist, and it doesn't actually catch it if you're wearing a shirt sleeve. It just, because of the smooth edges, it just slips straight underneath the cuff and then back out again if you move your arm. And it's got a bit of weight to it to give it a bit of a quality feel. I think the original ones were just base metal cases, but this one's stainless steel, so that's quite nice. And hopefully make it more durable. Its best feature is the way it looks. It's almost jewel-like. I'll probably be keeping it on this bracelet because it adds to the sort of vintage blingy factor. I was quite lucky that it's, as I say, that it's a really good fit. Anyway, there you have it. There's a quick little update of my Q 1972 reissue. Thanks for watching to the end. Please like and subscribe as it really helps the channel. Bye!